Nonetheless, hello, and welcome back to Cruising the Planet, this wonderful, wonderful podcast we do here at the Tartleton radio station. If you don't know, hi, my name's Kelly. I am an employee here. I love it, but these are my fancy coworkers. We have Tyler, Shay, and Mirandon.
Hello.
And today we have a pretty fun episode of Cruising the Planet for you. So if you guys don't know, we actually have a game night scheduled for next Wednesday?
Mm-hmm.
Wednesday. Days confuse me. Time is relative, and it does not matter. But next Wednesday, so for a little bit of extra promotion for the game night, we're doing a special game-themed episode today here on Cruising the Planet, where you have a fun little segment of pitching your favorite video game to your co-hosts and the audience, and it's going to be a little bit of fun. And then for segment B, we're doing Guess That Tune with video game music, which, if you guys don't know, I run a specialty show kind of based on that. So I'm in charge today, which is new. So bear with me, please. It's a little... It'll be. And then we have our fun question of the week, which we will get to. But first, a little bit of check-in. How's everyone doing? What's happening? Anything interesting?
Been a relatively all right. First almost full week of the semester done. But I guess that's
Hey, are our mics getting picked up?
I think it's
Hello?
I think it just sounds a bit quiet. Could you turn up our mics
I can turn up
in the headphones?
the headphones. Is that working?
Yeah,
Yeah.
there you go.
Yeah.
There we go.
There it is.
I know what
Yeah.
I'm doing.
You're a professional DJ.
That's certainly a phrase you could use.
But yeah, I'm rocking and rolling. It's a decent week.
Yeah, same. Just school started last week, and this is kind of the first week where you have to start doing stuff. I'm waiting on my textbooks, which I have
Yeah.
2 assignments due today, and I'm supposed to have textbooks for them. And yeah, I haven't got my book yet, which is supposed to be
There's a lot of
yesterday.
ways that you can get them as a PDF online.
I tried already.
Really?
Yeah.
For me, I'm trying
Look
to
on
get
Reddit.
a big sketchbook, but they're all out of the sketchbooks that I need for my class at Hobby Lobby and Walmart.
Mm.
That's unfortunate.
It is rather unfortunate, so I'm gonna go there after as soon as possible.
Yeah, I feel that. I'm probably gonna go home tonight and play Skyrim.
Continue the way.
Yeah. Look, I gotta keep myself busy until Monday somehow. The new Fire Emblem game comes out tomorrow, which means I'm absolutely emotionally pacing on everything for the next 3 weeks.
Emotionally what?
Emotionally pacing, like piecing out, and,
Gotcha,
leaving,
gotcha.
checking out. That's my only focus.
It's the complete opposite for me. With the computer parts I've been ordering,
Yeah.
it feels like time is just moving so slowly as I'm waiting for things to ship to my house.
No, I feel that. This past week has been absolutely dragging as I've been waiting for Friday. The worst part is I'm having the game shipped to me, and the school post office is closed on the weekends.
That's how it
Mm.
is. Yeah, I had to wait for FedEx over the weekend.
Yeah, stuff takes a while, which is really upsetting. But hey, speaking of the new Fire Emblem game, that's a great segue, wink wink, into our first topic of the week, which is a fun little pitch your favorite video game. And I think we all know what video game I'm going with. I think the segue was a little bit obvious, but I'm not going to go first. Because I'm making the rules today, and I don't want to go first. So you guys can fight amongst yourself for who gets to go first. It's an honor and a privilege.
Rock, paper, scissors.
Does anyone want to go first?
I mean, I don't mind. My game that I would recommend everyone play is The Last of Us, and they actually have a part 2, and I can't speak much on that because I don't have the part 2, because it's a PlayStation exclusive, and I sold my PlayStation for an Xbox, and now at this point I'm just basically waiting for it to come out on PC. But yeah, so The Last of Us, why should you play it? One, like the graphics, the time put into the character, the visuals are just spot on. The AI that they use for the clickers, because it's a zombie game basically, right? But they're not called zombies, they're called clickers, and there's different stages, depending on how long they have been infected, whatever. But the reason why I like The Last of Us, and it's like probably one of the top tier zombie games, Resident Evil also kind of up there with it. But The Last of Us is like one of the more realistic what could happen, because the whole thing with The Last of Us, the zombies, they're not viral infections, it's fungi, in which I don't know off the top of my head, but there's a species of fungi that actually infects a certain species of ants.
The ants stuff?
Yeah, it's like have you seen like the video of like the ant crawling to the top of a tree, and then like the little like
Its head
plant
explodes.
the plant starts growing out of its head. It's
What?
playing along the
You haven't
lines
heard
of
about
that.
this?
Wait,
Because-
I feel like I know what this is. Do you know
It's
what
a
it's called?
Zombie ant, I think.
Zombie ant?
Yeah.
I've heard of that before. It reminds me of that, you know that snail thing that does the parasite with the snails, so that way the birds come and eat the
Yeah,
snails?
it's like
It's-
that.
yeah. I don't know what that is, but like that's what that reminds me of.
Yeah, and that's what I like about The Last of Us, because they actually go into pretty good detail on explaining like how this can happen very easily.
That's gross.
Just like a simple mutation in the gene of like what, because the thing with like the human body is we're like 98 degrees
Oh,
Fahrenheit.
I don't do bugs. I don't do
And
bugs.
fungi cannot grow effectively at that temperature because it's too warm. But when you think of it like in terms of global warming, like if the atmosphere and the earth is warming up, then all the fungi, all the plants are going to start evolving. So as soon as the fungi can get to where it can grow at a 98-degree temperature, like we're done for.
It's over.
Yeah, basically. And characters in the story, it starts off like very emotionally draining, because I don't want to give no spoilers, but there's like a very quick and early death, like within the first 5 minutes of playing the game. And then you kind of like see a relationship being built between Joel and Ellie, and there's all these different people that come along and are involved with it. There's just really good storytelling, really good graphics, playing it like the controls, learning how to gather resources, use them effectively, hide, sneak around zombies and other dangers, because there's like gangs and people that are trying to kill you because they want resources and supplies. So yeah, that's why I like The Last of Us. And they have a new show on HBO Max, posting a new episode every Sunday.
Oh, it's like a weekly release thing.
Is it good?
Yeah.
Have you started watching it?
Yeah, because I watched the first one.
I've heard a lot
Okay.
of people are liking it. So
Yeah,
far.
it's really
I've
good.
heard
Looks
pretty
cool.
good things about it too.
And yeah,
I want
so
to play the game before I watch the show.
Has it
though.
been true to the story of the game so far?
oh yeah, it's like almost very accurate. Like I was watching it, and then so like one scene at the very beginning is like the daughter of Joel's daughter gets him like a pocket watch, and it's broken,
Yeah.
and he gives it to her, or she gives it to him for his birthday,
Mhm.
and it's like broken, and he like holds it up to his ear, and it's like, oh, I think there's something wrong, and like he says that exact same line in the game, and then like they fall asleep watching TV. He carries her up to the bed and like puts her to bed, and then he has to leave to go help Uncle Tommy, which is like his brother. And then like when she wakes up, like the police like flying past the house, and you can see the sirens in the window, is exactly the same. Like you can predict like what's gonna happen next.
Honestly, I think that's really impressive, because this is a little bit off topic, but I think that one of the biggest things about when it's coming to like adapting, especially horror
Mhm.
games and like action games like that, is you miss the tension, because part of the tension comes from being in the moment and playing it yourself, like
Yeah.
in the video game, and it can be really hard to replicate that like in the movie when you have no agency and no real personal stake in it. So that's honestly like really impressive.
Oh, EJ's watching us.
Oh, hi.
I saw
Hi,
EJ
EJ.
earlier today.
I
I
think-
saw him driving.
It's EJ White. EJ, if this is you, say something in the chat.
I mean, I feel like it's pretty.
Who
Who
Yeah,
else would
I
it
mean,
be?
yeah,
I saw-
mean,
I
is
saw-
that who spoke in the chat?
Yeah.
I saw
Yes.
EJ
Yeah.
earlier today.
and see, he
driving.
agrees. Last of Us is the best game
I
of all
think-
time.
I think it's really funny because The Last of Us gets such high reviews, and then the second one,
It is him.
not
Hi, EJ.
so much.
I haven't played the second one, so I'm only speaking right now on the first one.
I mean, a bad sequel doesn't negate the impact of like a good first one.
Yeah.
One thing I would just like to add to The Last of Us is I keep somehow forgetting that Ellie is not played by Elliot Page. I don't know. Ellie just feels like an Elliot Page character.
Who's
I could see that.
Who's Elliot Page?
Elliot Page is.
Is that the one from Umbrella Academy?
Yes.
Yeah.
Elliot Page is an actor. Did like Juno.
Did you watch X-Men?
Kitty Pryde in X-Men. No.
Yeah. Kitty
She
Pryde.
plays Umbrella in
Wait, pull up.
Umbrella Academy.
Like Elliot Page. It's.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
Elliot.
her?
For some reason, I swear that Ellie is like an Elliot Page character. I don't know if that makes sense to anyone.
They have very similar
Like,
facial
yeah.
features.
And it's not Elliot Page, and I keep thinking it is, and then it's not. Anyways.
And, like, the instrumentals are good. Like everything about the game is just awesome.
Yeah.
Top tier.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I would say to
I think.
try to convince someone to buy it.
Yeah, not as good as the first. I think it's hard to live up to the hype of a game like that.
Yeah.
It's just always gonna be like naturally. Okay, who wants to go next?
I think I'll go because everyone's doing like really famous games, and I think I'm gonna go with a niche game now.
Oh, you think I'm going with a famous game?
I think everyone, even if you don't play Fire Emblem, you'd know of it.
Only because of
I've
Smash.
never heard of it until Kelly.
Really?
Yeah, I've never even
I've
heard
heard
of
of
it.
Fire
You've played
Emblem.
Smash though, right?
Well, I didn't know anyone was from Fire Emblem.
Oh, fair enough.
Who was from Fire Emblem on Smash?
Well, in Ultimate, it's Ike, Roy, Marth,
Oh.
Chrom, Lucina,
Oh, dang. All of those?
Byleth got added, Robin's there,
Roman.
and so many of them are Echo Fighters, where it's just like we could have done with like a few, because it's like, yeah, okay, that's like 17 games. This is not the point. Tyler, please go.
Sorry, Tyler. I wanted to know.
Okay, so I decided at first I was gonna do Warframe, but then I was like, no, because you could almost describe Warframe the same way you describe Destiny.
Almost exactly, yeah.
So I've decided to go with a more niche game. It's an MMO called Mabinogi.
How do you spell that?
A
Nope, it's already there. Thank you.
all right,
A Maganami?
Mabinogi.
It's
It's an MMO heavily
What is
based in
MMO
Celtic
mean?
folklore.
Massive multiplayer online.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's
So,
like
like,
So I wasn't able to.
GTA?
Destiny.
Would
not
that be
not
MMO?
GTA, more like
Destiny,
No Man's
Call
Sky?
of Duty.
Now
War-
Destiny.
Not Warframe. Warframe is the only one that World
Call
of
of
Warcraft.
Duty?
Like World of Warcraft.
Oh.
It's
okay.
open
mean,
world.
Call of
so
Duty
no
could be.
no instances. Like you can
Oh.
get like 50 people in the same area all the time.
Oh, so like GTA?
Yeah,
Yeah, closer
GTA.
to
GTA would
Yeah,
be.
it's
Yeah,
open
no,
world.
100%
It's like
GTA
got
is
sessions of
one.
like 32 people.
Yeah, GTA 100% is
Oh, okay.
MMO.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right, MMO.
My
Continue.
biggest example is gonna be like World of Warcraft.
Mm.
Yeah, it's kind of similar to World of Warcraft in the way that it, I guess you wander around. All right, so Mabinogi, this is a great game for all the anime fans out there. Because it describes itself as kind of like an anime no. All right. It is a free game in dungeon crawler. Man, I really thought
Dungeon
I'd be able
crawler.
to explain this a little bit better. The great things about the game is that it bolsters many things you can do. There's so many different like fighting styles you can do. You can do normal hand-to-hand combat. You can do swords, axes, blunt weapons. You could even be a musician and fight with a guitar or an electric guitar. They
Whoa.
allow you to compose your own music in the game and play it
What?
for other people. Yeah. It's amazing.
It's
The
just
game
on-
has
it's
so many
PC?
different... Yeah, it's PC.
I'm sold if I had a PC.
It's it's a very fun game. The issue that turns many people off is that it's kind of a slow game. It's not like Destiny and Warframe and The Last of Us, and where it's very fast-paced. It's a much slower game, and it is a dungeon crawler for some of the bigger stuff. Which
Explain what a dungeon crawler is.
means dungeon crawlers are games where you go into a set location, and
like Legend of Zelda?
you know what dungeons are in Destiny?
Yeah.
It's basically the same thing, except their dungeons are a little more leveled because they don't have the same kind of movement mechanics.
Have you played Legend of Zelda? And been in
No,
the
it's-
dungeon.
And this is another thing. The game is also like 12 years old, so it suffers from age.
Yeah.
It's still a very fun game with all these different mechanics that you can do, like blacksmithing and selling. That's another thing, is like the social aspect of this game is another very big selling point, because the amount of times you can go in there and like cosplay as some character from your favorite show. All you need to do is find the right type of gear, and it's amazing what you can do.
Interesting. So the customization's pretty good.
Yeah, it's a very good game when it comes to like personal expression,
Okay.
and it is a free game.
That's always fun.
Yeah.
Also, just a side note, random dungeon crawler, like Binding of Isaac, Hades, Diablo, nothing? No?
I don't know. I know Diablo, but I don't really know anything about that game.
Okay, I can't help you then.
Dungeon
Neither.
crawlers are basically just they're instance-based games where you go in and you do a specific thing.
It's like puzzles. Like you're trying to solve puzzles.
Uh,
you beat a
sometimes
boss,
puzzles.
Like you're
Sometimes
defeating a
puzzles.
boss.
Dungeons and Dragons is technically a dungeon crawling game.
It is like
it's
the
just
original.
it's like a tabletop one.
Yeah. So it's a very fun game. Lots of different things you can do. You can even mix and mash all the different types of fighting styles to make your own personal fighting style.
Yeah.
It is advised to do everything as best you. It's like to go out and do everything, because the more you do like these little things, the more it helps. Like doing farming and stuff also increases your HP and stuff.
Makes sense.
Hmm.
Okay.
I'm
Great.
sold. That game sounds
Yeah.
really fun.
And
Well, what's it called again?
Mabinogi. And the story in the game is
Mabinogi.
also really great.
It's free to play. So
It is free to play, and the
Is it-
story is great. It's
Is it like PC only, or is it like on console?
I don't think you can find it on Xbox or PlayStation, so I do believe it's PC. But it's not a very high demanding game for PC.
Fair enough. Probably could just do that on like a laptop or something.
Yeah.
Now, how many hours do you have in this game?
Me?
Yeah.
I probably have close to 300.
Okay. It's not
That's not
bad.
bad.
Those aren't rookie numbers. So.
They're not rookie numbers, but they're not like impressive
Shay, what about
either.
you and The Last of Us?
Well, I mean, I feel like The Last of Us, you
It's
can't
linear.
really. Yeah, it's like you
just play the
started. I
game.
think I beat it in like 2 days, and then
Mhm.
it's like you beat it, and then there are some DLCs I think you can add and buy, but I mean, it's like not one of those games that you can really grind like
Mhm.
Dead by Daylight or like Minecraft or GTA. Like those, you can kind of spend hours upon hours in, and there's always new stuff, things to do. But yeah, Last of Us, I think it took me like, I know I got it I got the PS3 like bundle when it came out with the PS3, and so I played it. I got that on Christmas, and I played it all throughout the night, and like fell asleep at like 1 p.m. the next day.
Mhm.
Then woke up at like 7 p.m. and then played it again throughout the night and then beat it.
Yeah.
So I'd say probably about 20 hours it took
Not
to
bad.
beat it.
Yeah.
Do you want to go
how's-
next, Brandon, or?
I can. That's up to you. How's the replayability on that game? Can you play it?
Yeah,
Would,
but
would you play it again multiple times, or would you?
Um,
That's really important. Is replayability.
I mean, it is definitely one of those games that you can like go back and 100% it,
Yeah.
and there's different modes that you can do. But that's about it. It's like very limited in terms of
Mm.
like you play it and it's done.
Okay. Gotcha. I want to try out the game. Isn't it PlayStation exclusive?
Yes,
Dang it. Okay.
but they are working on getting it on PC. But the developers that are overseeing that game, they're very slow. So
Not that I would ever recommend this, but you could probably find it on an emulator. Not that I would ever recommend that though.
Yeah.
Why is it
I've
illegal?
never
Third parties
used
are
an emulator.
wrong.
Never in my life.
Never,
Is
never,
that illegal?
never would I go to a third party
How's
website.
that illegal? Like
It's
pirating or something?
it's like pirating. It's like
Mhm.
so
But Kelly, do you want to go next, or do you want me to go next?
I have 2 pages of bulleted lists or a
Kelly,
bulleted note.
Okay,
I-
I'll go next.
No,
I wrote like
I
an
think-
actual pitch. I'm not just like, oh, here's the. I wrote like a pitch.
Here.
So like,
Let's let
Mm.
Kelly go first so that we can end on a good, short, sweet note with Randon.
Maybe
Yeah.
not short.
You gotta give Kelly
Well-
a chance. Like you already called her pitch bad.
I didn't call her pitch bad.
you
You
just
said-
insinuated that it would be bad.
No.
All right, let's hear it, Kelly.
I-
Okay.
What's your game? Minecraft.
No.
Just kidding.
No. My game is, as anyone could probably guess if they know me, Fire Emblem Echoes Shadows of Valentia, which Echoes is the denomination of the remakes of the Fire Emblem games. That's not how you spell fire. I cannot type and talk, so just give me a second. I am really bad at typing. Yay, Google autofill. Nonetheless, first of all, before I even get into it, I just want to say absolutely obsessed with the art style of this game. That's just one of the biggest draws for me. The art style of this game, absolutely
I
gorgeous.
don't think anyone can see
You
it.
need to switch. This
Oh,
screen.
right. Yes, I am not.
There we go.
Yeah.
New host. Let's go.
I'm so good at this. Woohoo. Look at this. Yeah. Gorgeous art style. Love it. Nonetheless, so it's a remake of the second Fire Emblem game that ever came out in 1995 or 6. Don't quote me on that. Didn't play it. You don't have access to those games. They were never released in America. Not the point. This came out 2017. It was my second ever Fire Emblem game. And it is probably the one that I have replayed the most times, other than Three Houses, but that doesn't count because Three Houses has many routes, so it's a different story, so it doesn't count. I cannot tell you how many hours I have put into this game. It is a less than 20-hour campaign. My current save file on it has 50 hours. Please don't ask me how. Nonetheless, it starts as all good things do, with civil or sibling rivalry, okay? Except here's the thing about these siblings. They're gods. They're dragons. People worship them. It's a whole thing. So basically, these two are siblings, and they are kind of known as the Earth Mother and the War Father, Milla and Duma, respectively. They take over a continent. It's a whole thing. Duma starts a cult. It's a thing. They separate the land, Valentia, the titular country of the game, and they separate it into two countries, Zofia and Rigel, respectively. Duma ruling over Rigel, Milla ruling over Zofia. This is important for later, okay? So, where is it? Oh, jeez. Okay, so there's a prophecy. Because it's a fantasy game, there's always a prophecy. Basically, prophecy says this cult that's worshiping this dragon god, right, finds this prophecy of these kids. And I actually put this sticker on my hand for a very specific reason. The prophecy says that when two children are born with the fated mark on their hand, it's this hand. They both have it on this hand. It's like on the back of their hand. It's a whole thing. It's literally just like a little like cross light symbol. It's a fun thing. When those two children are born, the Earth Mother and the War Father will die, and Valentia will basically be at peace again, because these two countries are now warring with each other, because the whole thing is that Rigel is this very war-torn country. It's very survival of the fittest. Rigel is, survival of the fittest. Zofia is a very, peaceful nation, but their land and resources are drying up very fast, and no one's really doing anything about it. So, there's a coup in Zofia because no one's doing anything about the resources thing. And so there's a princess, a pink-haired or red, depending on, color density. There's a princess. She's 6 years old. She's got a brother. The brother's not important. She's the crown princess of Zofia. They light the palace on fire, and she is entrusted to a loyal knight who takes her to a village where there is a village boy who is a green-haired anime protagonist, okay? Turns out, these are the fated children, okay? They are the branded. They have the mark on the back of their hand, okay? These two kids, they know each other for a few months. They live together. They're childhood friends. They're childhood sweethearts. It's a whole thing. Very cute. They know each other for 3 months, become thick as thieves. The princess leaves. She gets sent to a church on the other side of the continent where she lives for the next decade and a half. Okay, so flashback to the village boy. He has grown up in this village. He's totally chill. He's just a guy who fights with a sword, and his friends also fight with swords, except none of them should be fighting with swords. Okay, they're all a little dumb. So there's this guy. He comes to the village and he's like, hey, there's a civil war because that coup that happened a decade and a half ago has not been solved. Okay, so there's a civil war, and we're looking for fighters. You want to join our army? And all 5 of these kids, the ones on this side of the screen, right here, they're just rather not, but I don't know, let's go. The green-haired anime protagonist, the village boy, he's going, so we're gonna go, right? So from then, my pre-order shipped. It's not supposed to come out till tomorrow. Not important. Anyways, speaking of Fire Emblem, so from there you follow, and I wrote this bucketed list down. You follow a chill green-haired anime protagonist with a sword and oddly specific armor for a village kid, okay? Because that's just what he's wearing in his village. Don't know why. Never explained. very good armor for a village kid. Nonetheless, you will also follow his money-hungry bestie number 1, money-hungry bestie number 2 with siblings to raise, a simp with no personality, except it's a girl, so we're breaking stereotypes, the worst 14-year-old you've ever met in your life, and their babysitter. Right? So you follow them as they seize control back of this palace from this coup, raise the country. There's a lot of classism involved. Like, a lot of classism involved. It's not subtle about it, right? And also, they just hand the leadership of this army, of this raised army, over to the green-haired anime protagonist because he's so chill. They just give it to him, right? And people are not happy with that because, again, it's the classism, right? So they're not happy with it. Some of them jump ship and, like, leave to go to the other country. Absolute traitors. It's not important. We switch back to the princess in her little church. She's just like, I feel a disturbance in the force. Let's go check this out, right? And so with no preamble, she just leaves her little, it's called a priory, it's a church, on an island. She's like, we're gonna go leave. And so she and her party get a princess who is very bad at hiding that she is a princess, because she is attempting to hide that she is a princess. Because everyone thinks she's dead, and she's not. It's a whole thing. She could end the Civil War. It doesn't matter, right? You also follow idiot number 1 with Big Hurdy Lightning, idiot number 2, and the idiots are in love with each other, and neither of them will admit it. A 14-year-old healer who is writing things she should not be writing, and their own babysitter who needs his own babysitter. His name is Saber, like the sword, and he is a sword fighter. Not important. Anyways, so they're fighting pirates, and eventually they find the princess's long-lost brother, who is pretending not to be her brother because of his social anxiety and performance issues. It's not important, right? Okay, so the village boy, back to him. We cut back to the village boy. He's fighting classism now, okay? And there's a guy.
You said classism?
Classism. Everyone hates him because this army is all made of nobles and, like, everything, and he's just a village boy. And so they're just like, I don't want to be led by a village boy. And they're very, very mean to him and his friends because they're not nobility. It's a whole thing. So there's a guy and a horse, and this is one of the best anime or, like, video game antagonists I have ever seen. I love this guy. There's a guy and a horse. He only likes his fiancée. It is the only thing he likes in life, and he gets more individual songs in the game than both of the main characters combined. It's not important. He is slowly going crazy because of his internalized classism. I'm not joking. Classism is a huge point of contention in this game. Okay, so over the course of the next 2 acts, because it takes place in 5 acts, 5 chapters, whatever. Act 1, Village Boy. Act 2, Princess. Act 3 and 4, interchangeable. Act 5, you fight God. We'll get there. Okay? So, there's rescues, dramas, sacrifices, humorous moments, implied homoeroticism, cults, an objectivist pirate nation that's never explored but mentioned so many times, a fun weapon system, literally the undead, you name it, we got it. It's a fun time, right? Like I said, 20-hour campaign. This is not a long game, but there's a lot to say. So, as the village boy and the princess lead their growing groups of people, because they're just recruiting people left and right, okay? They lead them across the continent and the country. They conquer Zofia. They move on to Rigel because they're just like, oh, I guess there is a disturbance in the force because the god, the war father Duma, he is not doing great, and like we gotta go, right? Okay, so They fight across the country with their groups, maybe also starting their own cult. It's a whole thing. We don't know for sure. It's kind of implied, not really a thing. We're not going to talk about it. They become aware of each other, kind of, because they're on opposite ends of the country, and they disagree on how to solve the issue, the plights of their land, because the princess is like, there's got to be a peaceful way to do this, and the village boy is like, no, there's not. Like, this is not how we argue with the war people, right? Okay, so she's right. She is absolutely in the right. The game will not acknowledge it, and she dies for it later on. We'll get there, okay? So.
Hey, I have a training person that I have to go train.
You can go.
Yeah.
Okay.
I might be back. I might not. It just depends
Everybody
on
say goodbye to Shay.
It just depends
Bye,
on how long,
Shay.
how quick it is.
Bye, Shay.
I apologize.
And you can turn my mic
Are you
off, too.
spoiling the story for us?
You've talked a lot about the story, Kelly, but how do you play the game is what I'm really interested
I only
in.
know the story. If I want to play the game, I don't want to know the whole story.
It's digital chess.
Digital chess.
It's
Give us a
digital
little more-
chess.
Thank you for breaking it down real easily, but like, explain a little bit more. I'm assuming that each character you can play with and has their own abilities and they have different things.
Is it open world? What is it?
Yeah. Also, what time is on the clock?
2:04.
Let me rephrase. How long have we been streaming?
Like 30 minutes.
Okay.
You see these points on the map right here?
So we can zoom in.
You move from like, this is like the spot of like, this is a dungeon that's like a chapter map that you fight like a battle at. That one is Nui Baba's castle. Please don't ask me how I know that off the top of my head.
Is it like you're moving across the map, or like they drop you off in certain instances?
These lines are like where you can
Horseback.
traverse.
Okay, so
Is it like how Mario?
yeah,
Like,
so
on
I was gonna say like
a
the
Mario
World.
world.
system.
Yeah, I think at least I've only played Super Paper Mario. I know vaguely of other Marios.
Super Paper Mario?
Yeah, Super Paper Mario.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's like
That one's fun.
the niche Mario game.
That one's fun. I used to play those. Super Paper Mario.
Yeah, I mean it's
The storyline seems very interesting. A lot of stuff is happening.
Yes, it's a very sounds like it's a very story-driven game, which is always good to have.
yeah. I mean the
Abenagi's
selling
also
point.
very
I
story-
wanna
The selling point
see-
of this game is the story.
Well, yeah.
It's got actually some of the weaker gameplay from the Fire Emblem series, as like a consensus from most fans.
Explain
well,
why.
Okay, so normally when it's okay, this is difficult to explain if you haven't played a Fire Emblem game, because a lot of the overarching gameplay is similar with like minute differences between all the games. But the
Yeah.
biggest difference that this game has is normally each character in a Fire Emblem game has their inventory. You can give them several weapons or like an accessory to boost a singular stat or like multiple stats, or you can give them a shield to increase their defense or their resistance, which resistance is just magic defense, but it's a separate stat, so like you need to know that. Or you can give them multiple weapons, because some of their classes they can fight with multiple weapons. Like there's in Fates this class called a Kinshi Knight, which is a flying unit that can use bows and lances. Shadows of Valentia strips that down, and you can only equip one item to each character, and that's not one item of like one shield, one weapon, one food item, or like health item. It's one item, period. Which I feel personally added to my experience, because it's like Fire Emblem is a strategy game at heart, so it adds on to the strategy of what item are you going to give what character, what do they need help with the most. Do they need a weapon? Because they'll like each class comes baseline with a weapon attack. You can add a different weapon, because the weapons in this game, as you like have a character use them more, it unlocks certain skills for them. It'll unlock a certain skill for them, like the titular Leaven sword, which is like a huge overarching weapon in the Fire Emblem game. It's the one that like zigzags. Robin has it in Smash. It appears in every Fire Emblem game. It unlocks the skill Phrygian Strike, and it's the only way that any character can get that skill. So it's got a different level of strategy in that regard. But it is a little bit more difficult, and it's a lot. It's
So
not.
is it turn based?
Yes,
It's like a turn based.
it's not a beginner Fire Emblem game, is what I'd say. But I think the selling point of it is the story, because I feel like Alma and Celica are very compelling protagonists, as opposed to like. I say this as someone who put 400 hours into the most recent mainline Fire Emblem game, Three Houses. Byleth is not a compelling protagonist. You're playing that game because of the side characters and the three lords. You're not playing that game for Byleth. Same thing goes for Fates. You're not playing for Corinne. You're playing for the other characters. The only one that you can really make the argument that you're playing for your avatar character is Shadow Dragon and Awakening, because Robin and Chris are compelling characters. Like, they have their own thing. Same thing goes for Three Hopes, the new Warriors Spider, because like Shez is a fun character. Shez also looks like toxic waste, which is fun, but
So how many characters can you play as?
I think
Or are you like the person controlling all?
yes,
Of them?
you're controlling each and every one of them. It's a grid system. You click and drag them. Each one has a certain movement level that they have.
What is this on? Like PC?
This is
Xbox?
the 3DS.
Oh, 3DS.
It's Fire Emblem is one of Nintendo's biggest franchises,
Uh,
so it's only available on Nintendo consoles. I don't know. I also think that like and this might be my incredible bias, but like this is the game that has my absolute favorite soundtrack from anything of all time. I would kill someone to actually like physically own this soundtrack. And it's like it's good. I love this game.
Okay.
And I will say this is not spoilers because this is how every Fire Emblem game ends. They fight God. Because God is a dragon, and all the dragons go crazy because immortality makes you crazy, except for Tiki, but this isn't about Tiki, right? Tiki's the only one that doesn't go crazy because she's been around.
It's never about Tiki.
It's never about Tiki. It's not about Tiki, right? Yeah, so they fight God and win, and then the land just goes back to normal. Yeah, like that's...
Well, that's the whole game there. You just spoiled it all for us.
No, that's how every Fire Emblem game ends. That you always fight God.
Oh,
that is how every single Fire
like
Emblem...
anime.
No, there is... I'm not even
Step
joking.
one, find a cat. Final step, fight God.
Yep.
No, it's that's how they all end. Every Fire Emblem game, you end by fighting God, who is a dragon, who has went crazy. That is the plot of every single Fire Emblem game except for like 3 houses. And even then, one of the 4 routes has you fighting a dragon who went crazy.
Damn, that's crazy.
She's not a god, but her mother was.
This would be more fun if you could like, if there was like combat, like first person type of, or third person almost.
That's what the Warriors series is for. The Warriors spinoff is the Dynasty Warriors like hack and slash style. But the draw of Fire Emblem is it's grid dynamic. It's a strategy game.
Wasn't there a thing where if you lose one of your characters in battle, then they actually die?
That's classic mode, and it was the last game in the series that did that was the Tellius games, which are Radiant Dawn and Path of Radiance, which are Ike's games. Well, Ike and Micaiah, but nobody knows who Micaiah is. Ike is only the protagonist of one of his 2 games. Micaiah is the protagonist of the other.
Yeah.
But those were the last ones that did classic mode. Awakening in 2012 introduced casual, which means that if they lose all of their HP in battle, they'll kind of retreat, but they'll still be around.
Yeah. The way I see it is that it's kind of an interesting way to play the game because it means that you can no longer continue with their story and that the characters might even be motivated in how they fight. And that would be interesting mechanics. I don't know if they have that in Fire Emblem.
No.
But it would be interesting.
It changes.
Kind of like, I think it's Darkest Dungeon does stuff like that.
It'll change like character interactions between individual characters. It'll change certain parts of the story, but there are games that like they have unkillable characters. So if they die, the game ends. So like Sacred Stones is this game, and it was the one that came out right before Ike's game, and it had 5 countries, and all of the countries had royals, and you pretty much fought with 4 of the country. Like you were able to recruit almost all of them except for 1. If any of them died, the game ended. They were all relevant characters that were necessary. But then you also have like this side character named Soren in Radiant Dawn and Path of Radiance, where if he dies at any point, he retreats from the battle and you cannot use him in combat after that, but he is still around for the story.
Oh.
He's that important. It's not like a game ending like important, but he's important enough that they will not kill him. You cannot use him after that though. He'll just be around.
All right. I think it's about Randon's
The game does
turn.
sound very interesting.
Yes, it is. Sounds very interesting.
Never would have guessed
story.
it was on 3DS. Is it only on 3DS?
Yeah, I'm hoping, crossing my fingers, that eventually they'll port it to the Switch, but they probably won't.
Yeah.
So what do you when was the last time you played it?
When did we get back from Christmas break?
Yes.
2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
More than
3 weeks ago?
It was
Okay.
Like, I'm not kidding. I've beat this game multiple
January
times. In my
3rd.
current save file, I have like 50 hours on.
Nice.
It's also the first Fire Emblem game that was fully voice acted, and the cast, chef's kiss. I love each and every single one of them.
What does the chat say?
What is the nothing new. That was the last one was Shay, and he was like, "Oh, what's a coup?" And I was just, I didn't see that until after he left, which is sad.
I'm a bit surprised that Shay doesn't know what a coup is.
It's like a coup d'etat kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's really
Um.
throw over the government.
Yeah.
But Randon, before you go on to say yours, I actually looked up how much time I do have in Mabinogi.
Mhm.
You know how I said I had 300? You should probably add 1,000 to that.
No way. Really?
Yeah.
My
That's
God,
amazing.
That's awesome.
That's amazing.
All right.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
Brandon.
So you're a gamer, huh? If you have
Yeah. I mean,
1,000 hours on the
there's-
game, then you're officially a gamer.
There's a lot of events that happen in in Mabinogi where it's like you get certain items just for staying logged in.
So
events.
this is like a span of like 2 weeks, 1,000 hours. No,
Oh
I'm just
no,
kidding.
I've been playing this game for a long time.
Years. It takes
in a-
years to rack up that many hours.
I probably racked up the majority of it within 6 months,
Over summer though, probably.
maybe.
Over a summer.
I don't know. But
I don't want to know.
let's
how many hours.
let's move on. We've already talked about my game. We need to talk
Yeah.
about your game.
Gotta
And then
make
So-
it quick because I have actually been instructed we need to move on.
Yeah.
Well, Destiny is fun. Looter shooter. Shoot things, get cool loot. Yay.
That's it? That's all you got?
Well, you said we don't have time, so I would.
No. We'll just we'll do a couple less songs than we thought.
Yeah.
Just
Okay.
We'll see what we have time for. I added extra anyways just to
So-
make sure that we would be able to have
yeah,
enough
we
to
just
fill the time.
with pace.
Yeah. So I remember in 8th grade, my friends were like, I was getting into gaming, and the first game I got was Call of Duty. It was fun, but I wanted another game. So my friends were like, dude, play Destiny with us. Play Destiny. I was like, all right, whatever. So I got it. That's when the addiction all started. I fell in love with the sci-fi factor of it, that it is nowhere near real life at all, and that is one of the coolest parts about it. And I like space. Space is one of my favorite things. And then whenever you're able to shoot a rocket launcher that fires tracking missiles after it explodes on the moon, killing a boss, like, that's epic. That's so
That's pretty-
epic.
What is that? That's the Deathbringer, the Nova Bomb rocket launcher?
Gallahorn.
Oh, it's always the
Come on.
Gallahorn.
Come on.
It's always Gallahorn.
If you're not even a real Destiny player if you didn't know that. Come on.
It's been
Well,
a
that's
while since
Destiny
I've
1.
played. I just
Destiny 1.
Destiny 2 is Gallahorn too.
I know they have
No,
Gallahorn
I thought it was so funny
now.
because Bungie was like, "Oh, we're not gonna bring back the Gallahorn. Why would we bring back the Gallahorn?"
That was a
And then
straight
they
up
brought
lie.
back the Gallahorn.
No, bringing back the
Straight
Gallahorn made
lie,
them a lot
as
of
if
money,
they wouldn't
though.
bring it back.
Same
Oh,
thing.
they brought
like,
it back twice.
No, like seriously, because they weren't gonna bring back Hawkmoon either, and then they were just like, "We lied. Here's
Well,
Hawkmoon."
they say that. and
Never
then-
trust the word of Destiny.
But
developers.
anyway, the storyline of Destiny has been going on for 7-8 years now, since since before Destiny even came out. The storyline is better
Yeah.
than almost any movie I've ever seen.
it all
There's
started as a
plot
poster
twists.
in
it's
Halo,
very in
right?
depth and
Yeah,
it feels
and
all
all
connected.
starting. Oh yeah, there's foreshadowing. It's all connected for 7 years since since the first DLC in Destiny. Everything's connected.
I'm still
the
mad about the
character-
foreshadowing with Crow.
Yeah.
I wanted to not be right about that.
Yeah, I knew that was gonna happen. I knew some crazy. Well, now Crow's chill now. You hate him at the beginning because he's like one of the main enemies.
I don't like
Killed
him.
But now
Cade.
he's literally reincarnated as someone completely different. Doesn't even remember
I
his
don't care.
past.
I don't like him.
I like
Well,
his character.
maybe,
It's very
but, you know,
interesting.
I think
If
he's an
there's
interesting
one
character.
thing I can
He's
hold
three-dimensional.
a grudge.
Well, it's character development. I love character
No,
development.
I mean he's written good. I just don't like him.
Well,
It's angry. It's,
I'm
it's like
joking.
how it's,
I'm mainly joking. I'm mainly joking.
I know, but
No,
Okay.
Destiny, very solid. Only play it if you have money though.
that's
yeah,
not always. I mean,
it's a free to play game.
It's free to play, but you got to buy all the season pass to get the story.
yeah.
It's fine
Especially
with
now that
me,
they've
since
taken away
the
the
story is
campaign.
amazing. It's fun.
I mean,
The only people that hate on the game that are the ones that waste their life on it, and they're the ones that complain. But I have
Yeah.
at least, like, Mom, Dad, if you're watching, I'm sorry, but I have at least like 56, 57 days of playtime.
yeah.
But that also counts me just sitting there doing other things while the game is on.
I can't tell you how many times I've just
But-
left it on the orbit screen and then
Yeah.
left for like a whole day.
Yeah.
Usually it'll turn off after an hour, but it'll still just count you.
Like
count up the
on, yeah.
seconds.
All right.
But it's amazing. Lightfall, the new DLC that's coming out. I've been reading up on the changes that they're making. They came out with a really big TWAB yesterday about everything that they're changing, the whole armor mod system. And there's subclasses. You can literally play however you want to play. You can, if you want to be up close and punch things and do insane damage up close with a shotgun and punching things, you can melt a boss. You can do that. Or if you want to play from far away, be a little sneaky, you can use a bow and arrow and a sniper, and then a linear fusion rifle and do damage from far away. Or there's a new build that you can, everything you kill, you can go invisible after everything you kill with Void. It's insane. It's insane. The build crafting is going to be insanely OP in Lightfall. They're changing it up completely. I'm excited. But anyway,
It's very exciting.
there's Destiny.
All right. You guys ready to get into some video game music?
Yes.
This is where I shine. This is why I'm here today. In this seat specifically, not
I'm
on
going
the
to guess
podcast.
all of them are from Fire Emblem.
I restrained myself. There are no Fire Emblem. None. Not a single one.
Really?
Aren't you proud of me? I did this for you. All of you. Okay. Got your whiteboard?
What do we need the whiteboard for?
You're going to write down, basically, I'm scoring you on 3 things. We are scoring you on if you can guess the song title, if you can guess the franchise, and if you can guess the specific game it's from. There are 3 points possible per song. We'll add them up at the end, and someone will get bragging rights. But yeah, so you're going to write down the song title if you know it, the franchise, and the game. And if it's a singular one-off game, just put the game as the franchise. You'll still get the point. All right, you guys ready for number 1?
Let's do it. Oh my gosh. I know this game. It's the biggest meme song out there, but I can't remember the name. I don't know how to spell it.
You don't have to spell it correctly.
It's like,
There are, in fact, a few meme songs in here. I'm not going to lie.
is this right, Tyler?
That's cheating.
Is it? Well, okay. I don't know how to spell it. I'm gonna get embarrassed. 'Cause I don't know
Wait,
how to
actually,
spell
I
it.
need to do the thing.
I don't know.
I
the
was just
song.
informed that we do need to wrap up by about 2:45.
Do you guys have your guesses?
Yes.
All right.
Isn't it pronounced like Megalovania? I don't know.
Megalovania is correct.
Megalovania.
Okay. Randy gets 1 point for song title.
That's all I know, though.
You don't know the game?
Nope.
All right.
What about you?
Megalovania, Undertale. is the game.
Undertale. That's what it was.
And this is the game with the Sans boss fight. I don't know
Yeah.
what was the other thing that we had to write down.
The franchise, but it's not like Undertale is a franchise.
You know,
There are some in here that are a franchise.
It
so
does
that's
have-
what that's
it
for
does
mainly.
it does have another game though. Now
Yeah.
that it's
Yeah. Okay. Anyways,
'cause
song.
Deltarune is the other one. So there you go. I get my other point because I know the other game in the franchise.
All right. Song number 2. You ready?
Yeah.
I'm going to give you about 30 seconds for each song.
Oh.
Can you turn it up? I can
Oh,
barely
sorry.
hear it. Okay, this is easy.
You got it?
Is this like easy mode?
I did it in
I don't know
progressing
the
difficulty.
song. Wait, what are the 3 things? The song name, the song game,
Song title, franchise, and specific game.
title, and the people who made the game.
Franchise. Is it from the Mario franchise? And then what specific Mario game is it?
Oh.
Oh. That's gonna be a little tough to know which one.
See, I know this one specifically. All right. You have your guesses in?
Yes, I do.
You're getting like 10 more seconds to guess.
I'm really hoping it's
Okay. What did you guess?
it's Halo.
3.
It's I put Halo 2.
It is actually Halo 2.
What? I thought it was Halo 3.
Nope, it's the Mjolnir remix of the main theme of Halo.
Okay.
You get a point for franchise, because you said Halo. You get franchise and game, and neither of you guessed the title.
I don't
How
know.
sad.
I won't know.
Yeah,
any
I
of
don't
these
know.
song
I wouldn't know
names.
the Mjolnir mix.
It's just called the main theme. I wasn't gonna be like name the remix. It's just the main theme.
Got it.
All right. Anyways, song number 3, and I will actually be skipping ahead on this one.
Can you turn up a little?
I got it. I figured it out.
I don't know, though. I don't
Really?
know. I can't- It's like Pirates of the Caribbean.
That's
Yeah,
not a video
that's
game.
definitely it. That's it.
I
No
don't
guess?
know. I'm not gonna guess.
Okay.
So
Tyler?
Tyler, what's your guess?
What is
Elder
it?
Scrolls, Skyrim. It's the Skyrim title.
Oh well, yeah, I
it's
never played that game, so
it's
I
like-
never.
Call of the Dragon or Dovahkiin something.
It's just called Dovahkiin.
Is it just called?
Just Dovahkiin.
Yeah,
I'll give it-
Dovahkiin.
I'll give it to you though.
Heck yeah.
You said Elder Scrolls and Skyrim. All right, on to number 4.
Oh,
You got this one, Brandon?
If he's got this, then I think I know what it is. Oh,
I literally hear this like every day.
I know.
Okay, now I definitely know what this is.
All right. You guys got your guesses?
Yes.
All right, Tyler?
Okay, am I guess? Okay, it's from the franchise of Destiny.
It is from the franchise.
It is from Destiny 2,
Did you also say Destiny 2? Destiny 2? Okay.
and it's the title.
No.
No.
Not. I know it's tower music. I don't
it's
know.
not.
It is tower. I hear it in the tower.
It's not. It's View from Orbit.
The name
I
of
hear
the
it
It's-
both. But I could be wrong. Maybe I just don't even pay attention.
I don't know if it actually plays in the tower. It's called View from Orbit. It plays when you're
it's
sitting
called
in the orbit
View
menu
from
screen.
orbit. Oh.
Yeah. Like
I
it's
didn't know
it's
that.
literally called View from Orbit. I don't know, man.
the name of the song.
I've heard that in the tower. I literally was humming along. Me and my girlfriend hum along to that.
Oh, yeah.
We're like, oh my gosh, is this?
I'll give you the point. Whatever.
Do half a point. Do half a point.
Yeah,
I'd
okay.
only deserve half a point because I don't know fully.
Plus,
So-
it is more about the title.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyways, number 5. This one also might be a little bit of a meme pick.
I only know the game. That's it. Franchise.
Yes, I should know this one actually. 'Cause, like, I know this. I've heard this song so many times.
The song is unironically so catchy.
I should know it because like it has to be. Something.
You know it, Tyler.
That's all you get, though.
Oh my
Come on, you want a hint?
Yeah.
You get 5 more seconds to write
I've
something
talked
down.
about this character on a podcast before. Oh, did you see it?
Oh, okay.
Did you
So,
see it? You saw
I
it.
didn't see it. I didn't see it.
Cheater.
He saw it. I didn't mean to.
Hmm.
He saw it. It doesn't count.
Lame-o. All right. Random.
Okay, is it? Okay, you know, like.
Go ahead, it's Kirby. Oh, that's just.
Damn it!
Okay.
Darn it.
Is it Kirby? What'd
It
you
is.
put?
It is Kirby.
I didn't I put Legend of Zelda.
Oh.
It's not Legend of Zelda.
Remember, because EJ did Link, and then I was like, oh wait, let me go ahead and hurry up.
I just know
It-
there was a lot of people talking.
It is
Legend
the
of Zelda
song.
that day.
It is the song Gourmet Race from Kirby Superstar.
Oh, there
Yeah, I just knew it was from Kirby. I don't know what game.
Yeah, I didn't know either before I researched it for this. Moving on, number 6.
I think I know this one. I definitely know this one.
I can't remember what.
I don't know which specific game it's from or its name.
That's why we have a separate point for franchise and game.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Isn't it Super Mario 3 on the SNES?
Tyler, what's your guess?
Mario Bros.
You're both wrong.
But it's from Mario.
It is from Super Mario World. It is the
That's
overworld
right.
theme.
I mean, it's
You both
looking-
get a point for franchise, though.
Yeah, there we go.
Woo!
I'm
All right.
content.
Moving on, number 7. This one might be a little obscure.
Oh my gosh, what is this?
Mm.
This is a meme one.
Mm.
Sort of a meme one. I'd say it's more of a creepypasta.
I've heard this only on memes, so I have no clue what game it's from.
Oh, is this the one? The one?
What's your guess?
I can't. I literally can't think of anything.
Okay. I put Five Nights at Freddy's.
No,
Okay, then I've lost.
not even close. This is Lavender Town from Pokemon Red and Blue.
Oh, I've never even
there
heard
we
of
go.
that.
Never mind.
Lavender Town was like, they made up a whole bunch of creepypastas about it. It was a whole thing.
Well,
Number
I can
8.
tell. Listen to the
This
music.
one also might be a little obscure.
You sure this isn't from Fire Emblem?
This one's not from Fire Emblem. No, none of them are from Fire Emblem. I'll give you a hint.
Yes.
It's a little close.
Dang, so I'm wrong.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna stick with my
okay.
guess though.
No.
And
Oh,
that's
what-
all you get. That's 30
Oh,
seconds.
it's not Kingdom Hearts. It's the other one.
5, 4, 3,
Hold on.
2.
It's the
Start writing or I'm counting
Wait,
to 1.
it's the what? It's the what?
It's the one with the big sword. Final Fantasy.
Oh,
What's your guess, Brandon?
I Zelda Fountain, Legend of Zelda Fountain Fairy Fountain music, but
Nope.
that's obviously
It
wrong.
is the Crystal Prelude from Final Fantasy, the series. That one actually doesn't have an individual game.
I
What did
never
you say,
played that.
Tyler?
I just said Final Fantasy.
Just Final Fantasy? All right, what is this one? Number 8? I am
I won't pretend to know
Okay.
what game it came from.
Moving
too
on.
many.
Number 9.
Got it.
Can you turn up a little?
You know what? Let me just.
Oh. I knew it. That's what I thought.
Are you both confident in your answers?
I know the franchise.
Yeah, I know the franchise.
I mean, yeah.
Ready? Are you ready?
hold
You
on.
ready?
I'm gonna go with Sonic 4.
I was gonna go with Sonic Unleashed.
Sonic Adventures 2.
Dang.
Okay.
It's called City Escape. You'll both get a point for franchise. Maybe the franchise point was too easy.
That's
No,
the one we
that-
needed.
That's the one. That's the only point we're gonna get.
This one is easy. This is a freebie. And if you don't get it, I will be upset.
Okay.
Okay?
Super Smash
That's it.
1.
Super Smash Bros. Brawl.
Okay.
You're both wrong.
Oh, was it the originals?
Melee.
Oh, it was Melee.
Melee.
I
It was
one-
menu
I was
theme.
one off.
Was the menu
Its
theme?
name is Menu Theme.
Its name is menu theme.
Perfect.
Melee.
I
That's
love
the one
Nintendo.
on. That's the one on GameCube, right?
I think so, yes.
Okay.
This next one?
We
11.
we do need to do the question of the week.
Yeah. There's just.
Oh my gosh, I literally know this, but I don't know what it's from. I've heard it on TikTok.
I'll tell you what. It was the only game all 3 of you gave me.
What?
Oh. I bet I know what it is.
You all sent me a list of games. This was the only one that all 3 of you had overlapping. Blocks.
What is the most popular game amongst people our age? And think about it. What's the game that we all would have played? Like everyone plays.
Minecraft?
Yes.
It's from Minecraft?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's one of the
What?
disc songs.
One-
Oh, I
This-
never heard that
Okay.
one.
Tyler, did you guess Minecraft?
I did put Minecraft.
So
Did
I
you put the
can't.
song?
I can't.
I don't know. Is it Cat?
It's not cat. It's
Okay.
chirp. All right. Last one. This one's purely for the memes. If you don't know this one, I'm going to think you're not actually listening to our radio station, and this is the only reason I'm playing this one.
Okay.
This plays on one of our liners.
Oh, I should know the name of this one. Oh, I got it.
All right. Take your guesses now.
Tyler, you done?
Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time.
That's mine.
Wait, actually, I should have looked what I wrote beforehand. It is actually from Ocarina of Time.
Okay.
So that
We
we
have
both
10
got
minutes.
3 points, right?
You
It's a- it's time.
title.
Oh, well, I'm not gonna.
Do you know the song title?
It's not the forest theme, or the where his village.
Is the title theme?
It is not the title theme.
The
It does
title
have to
theme
do
is
with the
so
forest.
beautiful,
It's
though.
called Lost Woods.
Lost Woods.
Okay.
It's in the maze, right?
Alright.
He's going through the little maze.
I'm going to get you guys to answer the question of the week really, really quickly while I tally up these points. So the question of the week is either what is something you remember about playing board games as a kid, or what is your most vivid memory of playing a board game as a child? Tell the audience. I am
All right. You want to
calculating
go or
points.
you want me to go? I know what I know what
You
mine
got it.
is.
You got
Okay.
it.
Okay. So my family was really big into board games growing up during my childhood. So we'd always play board games, especially whenever we went over to my grandparents' house.
Yeah.
And when they would leave me and my little sister at my grandparents' house for like the weekend or whatever, we would play this game called Jokers. It was a 4-player game, so it would be me, my grandma, or my grandma, my grandpa, my little sister, and myself. Great game. You use the cards to move around the board, and there's one card that allows you to move backwards. So somehow I had managed to get a handful of cards that made me go backwards. So I just wasn't sure what to do. So what I did was I started from one side of the board, and I just kept playing these cards. I went from one end all the way back with my marble.
No way.
Yeah, and it was hilarious because I had like 4 of them, and so I went from halfway to the board, and instead of going forwards, I just went all the way back around.
No way. What game is it? Joker?
Jokers. It's a fun game. I can bring it to.
I've never
Game
heard
night?
of it.
Yeah, I can
Do
bring
it.
it to game night.
Do it.
Yeah, I will.
All
I
right.
can.
Brandon?
Me and my family used to play board games a lot, and we used to play Sorry all the time.
Jokers is kind of similar to Sorry.
And me and my sister would argue. I tell you what.
Did either one of you ever apologize?
Oh yeah, because we're forced to. But
I don't think he got it.
You ever say sorry?
I do say sorry. I get
Yep.
the joke.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
I'm not that. I was a little slow, but I wasn't that slow.
Okay. My most vivid memory is my sister. She went to art school for a little bit, and one of her class projects, she had to make a Monopoly board, and she did it like Kingdom Hearts. So she got
That's
she
cool.
bought like metal keyboard pieces to be like the pieces to move around the board. She made like a really high quality board, made her own money, like everything. It was really cool, and now like that's our go-to Monopoly board. So that's fun.
That's
Anyways,
cool.
Scores for the trivia, and then we're gonna go out. But Brandon comes in at a grand total of 10.5 points, and Tyler wins with 17
Let's go.
out of 36 possible total points.
You get bragging rights for playing
You
more
get bragging
video
rights.
games than I do.
Yeah. Just
Man,
enough.
I thought Megalovania was gonna be like
I thought he would have known Megalovania.
Right?
I did know it. I just didn't. I didn't.
You
I
didn't know the
forgot
name of the
I
song.
forgot the name of the game.
Yeah,
I guess
you
Megalovania.
just had
I
a,
didn't
you just
guess
had a moment.
Undertale.
It's cool, man.
Yeah,
All right.
I knew it. I'm all in the memes, so.
All right. Well, yeah. So unfortunately, that is all the time that we have today for this. But come back next week. It's going to be a little bit of a special thing because I think it's actually going to be Shay's last episode on the podcast.
Yeah, unless
Which
he
is
wants to come back.
Very sad, which we
I
will
want to.
absolutely bully him into coming back.
Yeah, he needs to come back for my birthday.
I mean, what?
Stream.
We're totally not going to bully him. No,
No,
we're not.
Definitely not.
But nonetheless, we're going to have some fun stuff going on. I think we're doing like guess the medical device or something.
Yes,
He's going to
it's
bamboozle
a-
us all with
It's
like
a Shay themed show.
it's going to be fun. But if you're looking for more Cruising the Planet, we upload to YouTube. What is it? They're on like Spotify and Apple too.
Yeah. Yes.
I don't.
Yeah,
is it on
we're-
Spotify?
I think it's in Spotify.
No, it's like uploaded.
Spreaker goes into all the different podcasting services.
Mm,
Yeah,
okay.
but you can find the station social. It's generally KXTR, the Planet 100.7, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all that stuff. We don't have Snapchat because that would be not a whole
Weird.
thing, but yeah.
Bit more difficult to
But
run.
yeah, we will be back with a new episode of Cruising the Planet next week. But until then, keep cruising. Bye, guys.
See ya.
Bye.
I hit the wrong mic.